Hello.
Hello.
Ernie Pack.
Denise Pack.
We're Packman Paranormal.
Get
I'm
your
getting
comments
there.
up there.
I got to introduce us before I do all this stuff.
Nobody cares
Don't-
who you are.
They don't know who you are. So that's why I give you the opportunity to introduce yourself.
Any reason
What's back
anybody
there?
knows, I don't know.
Oh.
Oh, that's Marty McFly and Doc.
Okay. I just noticed those back there.
The only reason anybody knows who you are is because I have to keep you in line.
Well, that's okay. That's fine. So, is anybody in the chat? I see we got some viewers, but nobody has said hi to us yet. So I just wanted to make sure that our chat's working on this end because I don't see anybody over there. There's Eric. I knew Eric.
Yeah, Eric was here. We knew Eric would be here.
I knew that. So it's
we got Packman back here.
Yep.
Set him up
Yep.
there.
That was made by Brad Webb of Cracked Skull Paranormal.
It's actually not Pac-Man. What is that? Blinky? Dinky?
Blinky.
Dinky?
Blinky. And it blinks when a ghost comes by. It does.
Right then.
All right. That's why they call it Blinky. They named it that for us. They had forethought.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Why does my hair look so wild?
Because you got wild hair.
I didn't put no product in it tonight. I just let it dry naturally. Look at that.
I like it. Looks good. It's like bed hair. That's what they call it. So we have not been on for a while. We had Easter. We
were on
stuff.
Jenny.
We were on
Davis'
Jenny's show.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of things going on.
We still have a lot of things.
We still have a lot of things going on, folks. We go tomorrow at 11 a.m. to sign the paperwork and finally close on the Ditto House Inn. The real Ditto House Inn, built in 1841.
204 Elm Street, West Point, Kentucky.
Yep.
The blue one. Blue-gray. Gray, blue.
It's multicolored.
It's multi-shades right now because that's a whole other story, people.
Yeah. But anyway, we're finally going to be closing on that tomorrow at 11. And so our next show that we do might very well be from the parlor of our new mansion on the river. Very well might be.
Very good possibility. Why didn't you tell me I had this much makeup on? Jesus, you just let me come in here looking like a hoe.
I was in here working. I was doing work.
Yeah, this is why I don't need to wear makeup. I don't wear makeup. Look at this.
It looks fine. You look fine.
I have like hoochie mama eyes right now.
Well, you tried to do it in like 2 minutes is what it was. Because you had to get back to Amazon, as always, to get some more Funko Pops or whatever it is. But anyway, she looks fine. She looks beautiful, as always. And I'm happy to be here with her. And I'm happy you guys are here. See how that was smooth.
Mm-hmm.
That's how professional does it. But anyway, folks, we wanted to come on here and talk to you a little bit about our upcoming events, about just about the new house, about a little bit of everything that we've been, what's been keeping us away and what we're looking forward to. So our first event that we're going to be doing at Waverly is going to be June 3rd. We're going to do a workshop. It's going to start at 9 a.m. We're going to have Greg Bakken and Charlotte Savoy there. If you don't know Greg and Char, you need to pay attention. They do a lot of these type workshop type things and events, mostly up in the Minnesota area, upper Midwest area, I guess, because I mean they go to the Villisca house, the Axe Murder house quite a bit. They do.
Tim Coomer's sharing us out all over the place. Tim shared us like 20 times.
Tim rocks. Tim's cool.
Hannah Lewis is watching too.
Well, hello, Hannah. Has Hannah bought tickets to our events? I don't know, but her and Shannon better buy tickets to our events.
Is your mother-in-law there?
Yeah, is your mother-in-law watching? Because we did this show just for her.
I said, well, me weren't going to do a show tonight. I was like, yeah, we need to. Hi, Hannah.
But anyway, we are not guides at Waverly Hills.
Right.
A lot of folks, I think, assumed once the lawsuit was settled and Tina and Charlie had things back somewhat under their control that we would just step right back in as tour guides. And it's not like that. Well, thank you, Aaron. See, I've got fans. And nobody has said Denise for president.
They know who's the real president if you take place because, y'all, let me tell you. Okay, let me just throw this
Oh,
in there.
here
All
we
right.
go. Here we go.
He is already, we're
What did I
moving.
tell you in the preview to this?
We are moving to West Point, Kentucky. It's only 15 minutes from here. Okay. We do our final walkthrough on our house today at 4:00. The freaking mayor of West Point shows up outside of our house because
He wanted to meet me.
he's already been harassing the freaking mayor of West Point. So they're both standing there talking
Business.
yeah, business. And they're talking about when the next meeting is, and neither one of them knows the date. The freaking mayor didn't know the date. Who do you think had to tell both of them when the next meeting is? So now I'm like going to be taking care of Ernie and the mayor of West Point, it seems.
No, he's got this. He's got Bonnie to take care of things for him.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Hello, Courtney.
Hi,
Good
Courtney.
to see you.
Courtney's going to
She's
be on a
probably
show.
not sure.
She's going to be on a show tomorrow night.
Yeah, we're gonna have to watch that
At 9
'cause
o'clock
she
tomorrow
supports
night.
everybody, so we need to support her.
Entity Voices, right? Do I remember
I
that
believe
correctly?
it's Entity Voices.
Put the
And-
information over at Courtney and we'll make sure everybody sees it.
Yep. So anyway, this first event, June 3rd, with Greg and Shar, is going to be a paranormal workshop. It's going to start at 9 in the morning. We are going to have coffee and donuts right off the bat. Everybody just kind of hang out, drink a cup of coffee, have a donut, cupcake, whatever we get, some kind of pastries. And then a meet and greet. And then we'll get started with the workshops. Greg and Shar are still trying to do something special for this because Shar has been to Waverly and
Yes. Look.
thank you, Aaron. Thank you. Yeah,
Thank
he's
you.
he meant Ernie. I know he meant
I don't
Ernie.
think it. I don't
He
think
wants
it-
me to be president though. But anyway,
I still have to hold your hand.
anyway, they're working on something special for this. Shar actually got to take a tour with us a couple years ago. She had some interactions with Sarah, and Shar is a very gifted psychic medium. I know there's a lot of them in the field, but Shar is one of the best that we've met. And Greg has never been to Waverly, but if you watch Greg's podcast, Ghostbox Live, very often Sarah comes through during his spirit box sessions
When
that
we're
he's
in-
doing live.
When we're in the chat.
When we're in, even a couple of times when we haven't been in the chat, he's said that she's come through. So we're anxious to get Greg up there with his equipment and see if Sarah interacts with him there at Waverly.
And of course, you'll get a tour and a.
Yeah, if you get the
Free roam.
VIP package,
I don't think is there free roam that day. I don't remember. I
Yeah,
think
there's
if
limited free roam.
time, there'll be limited.
just
free roam
depending
that
on
day.
how quickly we can get through the workshops and everything,
I thought you was going to say how quickly we can get through the tour because you're giving it.
it would go a lot faster if I wouldn't get interrupted.
If you'd say it right the first time, I wouldn't have to interrupt you, and then it would go faster.
I'm an
Correcting
amazing
you.
tour guide.
Correcting you is a full-time job.
Anyway,
For those of you that missed it, I got hoochie eyes because Ernie didn't bother to tell me I had too much makeup on before I got.
I have not even had a chance to look at you because I was working. Somebody has to do all the pre-production for a massive undertaking such as Packman Paranormal Live. It's not like you just turn on the computer and hit go live. There's a lot of pre-production work that goes into it. That's what I was doing.
Anyway, the next event.
After that will be June 7th. It's an our first all Paccess experience. Boom.
These shirts will be available.
These shirts will be available. We might have some hats.
Thank you,
Todd.
Todd. Thank you.
Todd,
Thank you.
you would interrupt me. You've done it. Just now, in fact. But anyway, June 7th will be our first all Paccess experience. And for those of you, I know there's a lot of you who have.
Did you have a stroke?
Well, Todd shows up, it's contagious. There are a lot of folks who have sent emails or made phone calls to Waverly requesting us as tour guides. And we just can't do that. I mean, I know Eric was there last week. We wanted to be there, but we can't be on the property unless we're there for one of our events or for me to do some work up there. We can't just pop in whenever we want to.
And
So
and it's nothing against Waverly for us not being tour guides. With all the mess that went down, they did have some good people up there that were doing a good job, and we can't just win a lawsuit or negotiate a lawsuit and come in and tell those people they don't have jobs anymore. There's a process that has to happen.
Yeah.
So
in time, we might be right back in the same position we were in a couple years ago that, drew a lot of you to us and
Sure.
connected all of us. But as of right now, the only way that you can have us for a tour guide is to buy a ticket to one of these events,
one of our all access events,
just like that. And you will get
a VIP.
If you get a VIP, yeah,
it's all VIP with us.
June 7th. That's an all VIP experience.
There's only like 50 tickets.
You'll get the building for an extended amount of time.
Meet and greet pizza, drinks
will be provided. We'll have some Pac-Man merch there. You'll be able to buy Waverly merchandise as well. We're going to give a very detailed version of our tour. We'll tell you a little bit of the backstory behind Sarah's story, why it means so much to us. That typically makes me choke up because I'm a big sap. No pizza now unless you order your own, Loca. Sorry. She's got pizza right there.
I know, right?
Yeah.
He'd like to have pizza right now.
I would.
He's always up for pizza.
If you want to send a pizza to our address right now, I will eat it on the show. But anyway, that's June 7th. Tickets for both of those events.
Very important packs.
Exactly. And these events are going to be packed. See what I did there? Huh? We're going to pack Waverly Hills. I wrote that shit. I did. I came up with that. That was part of what I was doing in pre-production, was thinking of clever things like that. It's important. How a professional does broadcasting. Anyway, all tickets for those events are available on Eventbrite.
Todd.
The links are available on Packman Paranormal on our pages. If
the Waverly Hills website is starting, they've got the June 3rd event up. I don't know if the June 7th is up.
I don't know if June 7th is up yet or not, but if you go to therealwaverlyhills.com, you can get tickets for the June 3rd event. I assume that those other events will be cycling on there as the time gets closer to them.
But you can
buy tickets now, and you can find the ticket links on our Facebook page and group.
I think I've got
them out to other places.
I think I've got them pinned at the top of Packman Paranormal. If I don't, I'll go back and make sure they're actually pinned for you to find them.
Right. After that, we're going to have
June 28th.
June 28th. Another all access experience. You're going to have 2 levels of tickets you can get for that.
These will be there again.
Yep.
With special guests.
That's going to be our first all access experience with special guests. This one's going to be kind of important to Denise and Jason Hale and Jeremy Lane.
They're my little brothers.
In particular.
They're my little brothers. I started out.
Stephen Doogie McDougal from the Tennessee Wraith Chasers is part of their group, the Fearless Ones. They do events quite often, and they sell out everywhere they go. So we're expecting a big turnout for this. So you need to get your tickets early for that.
It's special to me because I've been a paranormal investigator my whole life. For anybody that doesn't know me, I was born and raised into this. My parents did this, but they didn't do it to the extent that we do it now. We just chased urban legends. And since I was old enough to toddle around, I was taken into abandoned buildings and haunted woods and everything else. So this has been my whole life. But when things started getting not so taboo and ghost hunters first came out and people actually started doing this professionally, Jason Hale started Gallatin Paranormal Research. I was one of the first members, one of the founding members with him. Jeremy came in shortly thereafter, probably within the first year or two of us
He was
having
working
it.
on a high school project.
He
at the
was
time
working on
when
a
it came.
high school project and used us as his senior project and came on an investigation with us for one of his final grades in high school. And we ended up making him part of the team. That was 2000. Well, we started GPR in 2008. I think Jeremy come on somewhere around 2010. I think it was a couple years after we got started before we got Jeremy, but they're like my little brothers. We've been round and round. We've settled down and stopped. We've come back. We've settled down and stopped because family and so forth. But now it's funny that Waverly was our first major investigation as a group. And now it's come full circle that we're actually doing a
Coming back together.
event there together. We're actually headlining events there together now. So
Yeah.
kind
Pretty
of
cool.
bittersweet.
Bitter? Why is it bitter?
Bittersweet. That's what
Why is
they
it
call
bitter?
it. Bittersweet.
No, they call that awesome. Look it up. I'm right. But after June 28th, our next event is July 25th.
Mhm.
It's going to have the same kind of deal. 2 tiers of tickets. You're going to be able to get a general admission ticket if you don't feel like staying all night for the investigation, or you get the VIP experience. And that night, we're going to have Brian Murray and Rochelle Stratton. You guys, I'm sure most of you in here know who they are. They were on Ghost Hunters, the reboot on A&E with Grant a few years ago. And they were also in the hit paranormal documentary, The Sleepless Unrest, that was filmed at the Real Conjuring House. They're good friends of ours as well. We've done a lot with them and been on a lot of podcasts together with them and love them to death. They're a lot of fun to be around. If you've never been around those two or watched them on a podcast or just seen how they play off of each other, similar to how we do.
We just have to make sure
They're
that
a
somebody
blast.
monitors Brian because he needs
He
to be
tends to fall.
he needs to be put in bubble wrap or
He
something.
tends to fall. He gets hurt.
A lot.
Yeah. The last 2 times we've been around him, he got wounded. Rochelle broke his wrist at the gates of Waverly a couple of years ago, and then we were in Las Vegas a couple of years ago for a Paracon, and Brian fell up the escalator
And tore his knee all to pieces. Ended
Yeah.
up with surgery on that one too.
Yeah. So we're gonna have to be careful with Brian, but they have a new member of their team. They call themselves the Adventure Team. They've got a new member of their team they call Lucas, Lucas. It is a robotic camera, microphone, thermal imager, does a little bit of everything, I think, the way Brian described it. I'm anxious to see it. It can go up and down stairs.
Hopefully it goes up and down the stairs better than Brian does.
I'm betting it does. So that's going to be cool. You'll get to see them. Brian's real anxious to break it out in Waverly, send it down some of those long hallways, and see what he can get out of it. But anyway, that's going to be a fun event as well. So tickets are available for all of these events.
We're working on an August. We have an August 31st date.
30th, and
No,
I believe it's the 30th.
is it I think it's the 31st. August
It's
31st.
there's a date in August that we have.
I think it's the 31st.
I think it's the 30th. But anyway, who do you believe? Anyway,
and that we're hoping to be the Wicked Wolf Pack, but we're not confirming that for sure because we want to see how these other events go because people have to take off time for work to attend and we don't want people to
we
miss
want to
them.
make sure that we're able to sell
Oh my
tickets.
God, you're right. Everybody mark this down in history. He's right. It's August the 30th.
I'm always right. August 30th, like I knew without any
That's
doubt.
also a full moon.
That is a full moon. It's going to be a full moon, Waverly Hills, with the Wicked Wolf Pack.
We'll make that.
We have not confirmed this, but that's what we're working for. We're
yes.
hoping that we can make that happen. And if we can, it'll be Todd, Leanne Eskew, and Beth Allen along with us. And if you came to Waverly a couple years ago when all of us were in the building, we had some of the most active investigations with all of us around, and we just had a blast. The 5 of us are truly family, and we understand understand one another. We know how to interact and how to make things fun for the guests. I mean, it's and safe for the guests. That's
Yep.
something that it's an aspect of paranormal tours and investigations that a lot of people don't
I don't
think about.
right.
Um, those of you who've done this for any length of time or even just casually, you know that spirit attachments do happen.
You've got to know what you're doing and not just in the form of, hey, I'm a paranormal investigator. I'm going to help you find some spirits or paranormal activity or show you how to use this equipment. You've got to know what to do if something
Goes
decides
sideways.
to tag along.
Yeah. So we're hoping that we can make that event happen August 30th. Like I say, it's a full moon night, so that'll be add a little energy to us, I think, with all the witches in the crowd. But we got a lot of things lined up.
And then
September what is it, 29th, 30th, and then October 1st is Fear Fest in New Orleans, sponsored by the Jessica Marie Petrie Foundation, which is an amazing charity.
Do you have a photo to bring up for that?
I do. I've got photos of actually all of these events I can bring up.
Yeah, you should have been doing that all this time. But
Well, let's take a look here. Hang
Look at
on.
what he's doing.
Let me find something here. Let me bring up.
let's watch him play here.
I'll figure this out, folks. I will.
I don't think, is that how you're supposed to do it?
I don't know.
I don't think that's how you're supposed to do it.
I'll figure it out later, and we'll do this. I was working on that in pre-production when I was busy thinking of all my clever stuff, and I came up with a file that looks like this. Boom.
Boom.
Oh, nope. It don't look like that.
Why don't you just get on out there before you throw us offline?
There it was, though. That was it. You saw it.
I saw it on
I've got a file that's got pictures.
We'll post all of it on Packman Paranormal's page and group.
Yeah, because she doesn't know how to do this. So anyway, Fear Fest in New Orleans.
Our little Packman Paranormal that's up here, y'all. I got in here.
Right up there.
He's bored. I'm out of town a lot. He's bored when I'm out of town. So he comes there and plays around. And I get on there and there's a new little thing up there. Not this one. There's another little thing up there. And I'm squinting and I'm looking and I'm looking. He still can't tell me exactly what it is on it. But I swear to God.
I made that weeks ago. So I don't remember what it is.
There's a uterus or something.
It's not a uterus. I did not put a uterus on the logo.
There is a uterus.
It's not a uterus.
There is. It says there's a cemetery. There's a Bigfoot. And there's a uterus.
There is not a uterus. Your brain is just so messed up.
What is it then?
I don't know, but it's like those psychology things that you look at. It's like, what do you see in the picture? For you, it's always a penis, a uterus, or something like that. And it's not that. I don't know what the hell it is. It's a thing. It's a picture of something that I put on there months ago. And I've forgotten what it was because we haven't used that logo. I'd have to look at it closely.
Yeah, we're not using it tonight either. I made him take it off.
I'm gonna show you guys later. I'm gonna post that, and you're gonna say that's not a uterus. That's amazing artwork that Ernie did. Mm-hmm. Anyway, Fear Fest in New Orleans. Howard Petrie is putting this together for his daughter's foundation. If you don't know about the Jessica Marie Petrie Foundation, look it up. Pay attention to it. It's an amazing group to help women struggling with prenatal depression and all of the things that go into dealing with a pregnancy. And his daughter committed suicide while she was pregnant, and that's what led him to found this organization. And the Fear Fest in New Orleans is going to be a benefit for that. So the funds that are raised through that go to a great cause.
Right.
It's something that I think we all need to support and get behind if we can, because that is a great cause. And there's never been a Paracon, according to Howard, there's never been a Paracon in New Orleans before. Now, they have the Voodoo Fest, and they have, uh, there's a lot of paranormal type things in New Orleans, or paranormal tours and things like that. But as far as a Paracon there, they've never actually had one. So this has the potential to really be something big. So if you're interested in getting in on it, you might want to do that early, because once the word gets out about a Paracon in New Orleans, I'm sure tickets are going to go pretty fast. Booth space is still available. Howard is making it as affordable as possible. He got a good deal on the venue. The venue is actually like 30 minutes outside of town.
Yeah, so
It's
you don't have
across
to
the
get
causeway.
you don't have to get right in town if you're kind of leery about going actually into New Orleans, but you're close enough that if you want to venture into New Orleans, you can do that as well. It's kind of up to you how you want to do it. And Ernie's going to speak.
Yeah, been asked to be a guest speaker.
Imagine that.
All 3 days, because
I don't think it's
I
all
won't
3
be
days.
finished talking after the first day.
Well, that's
or
probably the truth. They're probably going to put a muzzle on you.
But anyway, yeah. So we're going to be there for that. And then this was originally planned for October.
And we couldn't make it.
And, as most of, or a lot of you probably know, we spend our Halloween week in Salem, Massachusetts. There's no better place to spend Halloween than Salem. And that's our family vacation. And so they moved Fear Fest to accommodate us. I'm sure that's why they did it.
Yeah, that's all. That's why they did the whole
They
thing.
did it just to accommodate us. No, no, actually, the prices for venues in New Orleans around Halloween were just ridiculous. And for this being a first time event, Howard didn't want to take that kind of risk. I mean, you're talking about putting up $50,000 up front just to get the venue.
And then have to hope that you made the money back.
Right. So he's found a different venue that's a really nice one. It's the Castine Center in it's up near Kenner. It's in Tammany Parish, and just across the causeway from New Orleans, like I say. So it's going to be a good time. We're going down. We're going to go down a day or two early, and then stay a day or two extra to spend some time in New Orleans and go check out some of the haunts around there and just some of the history around that town, because we're paranormal investigators. We love the paranormal, but we love history. We love just walking through the historic districts of towns. I mean, I don't care if it's a big town, little town, one you've heard of, one you haven't heard of. Don't care if it's haunted or not. We love seeing the old architecture. Architecture. See, I can't say it. Architecture. There, close enough. I'm going with it.
I was just going to let you keep going. I was just waiting.
Yeah, I didn't know how many times it was going to take me to actually get something that sounded reasonably close to being right. Anyway, that stuff. The buildings, the old buildings, we like seeing them. And there's plenty of that in New Orleans. It's an amazing, beautiful town. I haven't been for a long time. It's been pre-Katrina for both of us.
Yeah, it was pre-Katrina for me. Like he said at the beginning of this, we sign on our new house tomorrow. We should be in there. Well, we're not going to be fully moved in for a couple of weeks. We've got cleaning and packing here and cleaning there and just, all the craziness that goes with a new house. But we are going to have a Facebook page. I might make it a group as well, just like we do these other ones. With the Real Ditto House, and we'll be sending out invites to anybody that wants to follow those whenever we get it all up and running. And we're going to try to keep up with all of the stories of anything that happens weird while we're at the house, or just, renovations or whatever we're doing in general. And once we check out some of the paranormal activity for ourselves, just to confirm what's happening there,
so that we could give an accurate tour and accurate backstory.
We might start doing some live streams and stuff from there. Maybe just set up some live cameras or something.
And maybe down the road, we might invite some folks to come and check it out for themselves and only charge them like $5,000-$6,000 a night, something like that. Make it cheap. No, but yeah, we are.
Pay $5,000 or $6,000 for you not to be there.
That's not true. They wouldn't pay that.
I'd never get an investigation.
We don't know anybody with it. Oh, okay. All right. So now, see, Tim, there was a phone call that was more important than our show.
Tim, he was just telling everybody how you're coming down to help us move all this furniture in a couple of weeks.
Yep. Saturday the 28th is the date we're shooting for everybody to be there to help us.
We need to make a post about that for everybody that offered to help.
Yeah.
Eat your Wheaties, Tim. Eat your Wheaties.
Yep. Save the date, April 28th.
Actually, it's April 29th.
You said April 28th earlier.
I was just
It's just like you said, August 31st.
I was just pulling out numbers. I didn't know.
April the 29th is the date we're shooting for a moving date for
the big stuff.
The big stuff. We're gonna have most everything moved by then, I'm sure.
We're hoping to try to clean and take a few boxes a day down there and try to get all that done.
But if you don't know about the Ditto House Inn,
thank you, Hannah.
Google it. If you Google the Ditto House Inn, it actually one of the options that comes up on Google is explore Kentucky's most haunted house. The homeowner that we're buying from tells us that there are 78 deaths confirmed there. It was once used as a Civil War hospital.
However, he never mentions this part.
I know you're going to chime in.
If you Google the Ditto House, we will, Eric. If you Google the Ditto House Inn, yes, it does come up as one of the most haunted houses in Kentucky, but it also shows the house 2 doors down. It's the Ditto Lansfield House, and some places it's labeled the Ditto Pruitt House.
Yeah.
The Ditto family obviously owned both. We're still trying to get the backstory of which came first, because even the museum curator was a little iffy on the details. But I believe the one that they're actually labeling the most haunted house is the red one 2 doors down. Our house, however, was a Civil War hospital and did have deaths in it. There is a Haunted West Point, Kentucky book that we bought that actually has a whole chapter dedicated to our house.
It has nothing on the other one.
And the address in that one, our address is 204 Elm Street. But if you get the West Point, this is an old book, it's labeled as 206 Elm Street. So,
but it's got a picture of the house.
It's our house. Yeah. So I don't know where the confusion with the address, or maybe they changed the address at one point. I don't know. But we're going to try to do what we, as our own paranormal investigators, do, our own investigation skills of
she
what
had a
we
stroke.
No, but I knew what I was trying to say.
I knew how to say architecture too.
We're trying to do our own research so we can be accurate, but it's also hard when there's not a lot of files to find from that time. Right. And we're trying
to that's a town that's been destroyed by many floods over the years.
Yeah.
You know, like we talk about the records of Waverly being destroyed in the 37 flood. Well, the entire town of West Point was underwater. I mean, there was water up to the roof of our house, which is a 2-story, big, tall 2-story house, because it's got the 10-foot ceilings on the lower floor and the upper floor.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, well, it is on Elm Street, Courtney. So Freddie might be around.
I like me some Freddie Krueger.
He's welcome to come and check it.
I'm cool.
Check out the house if he wants to. But anyway, so a lot of the West Point records are hard to trace as well because of all the floods that they've had.
You know, like I said, some of our main sources of information, the museum curator is like 80 years old and has some of his facts.
He might not be 80 years old. Monty don't look a day over 50. I'm going to tell him you said that.
Yeah, he don't look a day over 50. You're 55, buddy.
I don't look a day over 20.
Anyway, we're getting conflicting stories already from the different people that have been in the town for many, many years. So I don't know how well we're going to be able to actually get accurate documentation.
We're going to do our best on that, though.
But we're going to make contact with the spirits ourselves and see what we
which we already have, just in the 2 times we've actually been in the house.
Yeah.
We know that it is active and it is occupied. So
there was a traveling salesman murdered in one of the upstairs bedrooms, and they never found his body.
Yep. In the bedroom that you're going to use that's going to be the guest bedroom, as a matter of fact.
Is
the dressing room?
It's the dressing room?
Yeah.
Cool.
So if you come to stay with us, you'll get to stay in the murder room.
Well, it's going to be a guest bedroom, but it'll probably be our office too, with a bed in it.
Yeah, the next time we do a podcast, it'll probably be from the murder room, which would be
I don't
cool.
know. It could be from the library because our library is going to be cool too.
It's gonna be
I've been buying furniture like
antiques
nobody's
out the
business.
wazoo. Yeah, we're going to pick up a couch Tuesday, an antique couch. We got a bunch of antiques we're putting in there, so we're going to try to keep it period authentic and make it cool. If you do
For the
come
most
to check
part.
it out,
I'll be
but it
honest,
sits
he's
right at
warned me.
the confluence of the Ohio River and the Salt River. It's on the river. Our backyard view is gorgeous. You sit there in the backyard and you got the two rivers coming together right there off the backyard, and just beautiful. You look across the river, you got the Indiana hillsides and countryside there.
And we can look up and see Fort Duffield. We can't really see the fort, but we can see where it's located.
Yes, Fort Duffield is a Civil War fort. It's an earthen fort. It's not like
Right.
like a frontier type fort or anything like that. But it is very haunted as well. And part of my discussion with the mayor today was about possibly doing some investigations up at Fort Duffield. So
Hopefully that'll be coming soon.
We will let you guys know about that once I got to go to a meeting on Thursday night about this, and
A Thursday night meeting that Denise knew about and had to inform the mayor and Ernie that the meeting was Thursday night.
you already said this. People don't want to hear you repeat
Some of these
yourself.
people are coming in late, and I just want to let them know.
People don't want to hear you repeat
Ernie's
yourself.
already rubbing elbows with the mayor, and I'm having to keep them both in check.
We're going to turn that town into a haunted historical mecca. It's going to be awesome. Don't worry.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, if we can get Fort Duffield set up for investigations, we'll be posting how you can come and join us for an investigation there. That'll be open to the public. We'll keep the price very low, and be a good time. There's not a lot of facilities there. Actually, there's really not. There's
a bathroom.
bathrooms.
There's
There's
bathroom
bathrooms.
there. I mean,
but as far as electric or anything,
it would be camping.
Yeah, it'd
There
be
might
more.
be. There's probably electric up there because they have.
They do have events up there, so
Yeah.
there might be some outlets up there that we could use to keep equipment charged or whatever.
It
We'll figure it. We haven't
we haven't fully got all that figured out yet.
ironed it out, but that's part of what this meeting Thursday night is going to be all about, is to find out details. But
Always, Tim.
Yes.
Always.
every time it seems like it's slowing down, we come up with something else. So, I mean, that's pretty much everything. Brings you up to speed on everything that's coming up for us. I don't know. Is there anything that I've left out?
We probably, I'm not going to say for sure we're going to have a show the next couple of Sundays. I mean, we really need to, because we need to push these events some to try to get these tickets sold. Y'all share all the stuff, which everybody here is awesome about sharing our stuff to show these tickets, sales and stuff. Y'all always are great support systems. But we'll try to do our best to have shows, but with us trying to pack and move and all that, I work a lot. I work 3 days a week during the week, and then the weekends out of town, and then the weekends are our time
Playing
to
catch up.
try to catch up and do all the things we need to do.
I've got to take her and feed her.
I got to
constantly.
eat. I got to eat.
I'll probably have to feed her after this damn podcast.
We had dinner beforehand. Look at my chin.
Yeah, but you haven't had ice cream yet.
Oh, we miss you too, Tim. We want to get back to regular. It's just hard with everything. I mean, we're running in place most days.
Yeah.
I don't think people realize, even with all this stuff, we still have children.
Yeah, we've got a
we still got a child at
regular
home.
life. But yeah, these events, I hate to sound like I'm begging or anything like that. But if you want to see Denise and I back at Waverly on the regular,
you need to
as
sell
guides.
We
Hello, Anthony. Good to see you. Come in. We need to sell these
Hi,
tickets.
Anthony.
That would send a message to the folks up there who are making those decisions that people. Courtney's not my friend. I told you that.
Full-time job.
Whatever. Anyway, that's one way to send a message to the folks making the decisions at Waverly that maybe they need us back as guides if we can sell some tickets. I haven't looked lately how the ticket sales are going. They started off slowly. I know when they were first put out. I don't know if it started to pick up yet or not, but we'd really like to see you guys that can make it. I know some of you live a long ways away, and financially it's just not feasible and everything else, and I totally understand that. But anybody that can make it to these events, we'd really love to see you at them, and we'll make sure that you feel like you got your money's worth. And I don't know.
There's the link.
We're looking forward to it.
To Fear Fest. If anybody wants tickets for Fear Fest, there's the link to
Yeah,
that
Courtney's
in the
got that one up.
comments.
She hasn't put the event.
Put it up on the screen there.
Yeah, it's a long link, but that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Just I'll leave that up long enough for slow people to write it. But that's the Fear Fest tickets for the New Orleans Fear Fest, and that is going to be a good time too. We want to see that be a big success to help out the foundation, if nothing else.
We'll pin all this. We'll pin all these at the top of Packman Paranormal.
Yeah. But I mean, we love Waverly Hills. You know, Waverly Hills is, you know, part of us now. Yeah, you can just click on that in the comments and it'll take you directly to it. It's a direct link. But we're Packman Paranormal. We're not just Waverly Hills. Right. We are our own people, our own team. We are a part of the Wicked Wolf Pack, like you see up there at the top of the screen. We love our paranormal family. Todd, Leanne, Beth, and us form the Wicked Wolf Pack. We haven't had a chance over the past couple of years to be ourselves or to be the Wicked Wolf Pack. We have been fighting the Save Waverly Hills campaign, and now we've been going through this deal with trying to buy this house, which has been nothing short of...
They'll be glad to be rid of us tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll be glad to have this behind us tomorrow.
They made the mistake. They made the mistake because they always make this mistake. They think that I'm sweet. This goes back to my post I made last night for anybody who saw my post. They think that I'm sweet and quiet and calm, and that Ernie is the one that they're dealing with, and he's the butthole, and that they'll try to reason with me. Tell him how that went last time he got me on the phone.
I think, well, as you guys might know, Denise goes into full-on Appalachian, and you can't hardly understand her unless you speak some Appalachian yourself. And our mortgage broker is a, I don't know, he sounds like kind
egotistical.
Sounds kind of like a yuppie.
Egotistical.
Yeah. It's what we used to call a yuppie back in the day. This is how he sounds to me. And when Denise said, "Oh, hell no," or "Oh, hey, yo, no," and then
he tried to
pounced on into some more stuff.
Thought he was going to
talk over you,
talk over me. It didn't work for him.
That didn't work out too well for him. And so, to make a long story short, our closing costs are now about
5,000.
half of what they were talking about on that phone call prior to Denise laying into him. So,
well, you know, Ernie had told him the same things over and over and over, and he wasn't getting it. He just kept coming back with more BS and more BS. Finally, I was like, I'm going to take care of this. And I took care of it.
So
we went down from closing cost of like $12,500 to $7,500.
Yeah. Yeah. So
one phone call, folks. One phone call. I should have done this a long time ago.
Yeah, but she won't make a phone call.
Well.
So anyway, I don't know where I was going before you took a left turn.
You were just
rambling.
Didn't
use a turning signal.
You were just rambling.
I wasn't rambling. I was talking about.
You always ramble.
I was talking about how we are more than just Waverly Hills. Everybody that knows us, a lot of the folks who know us for the Save Waverly Hills campaign or for our time at Waverly Hills, for my time at Waverly Hills.
Well, we're thankful for that.
And we have nothing bad
how
to
we
say
met a lot
about
of these
Waverly Hills.
folks.
You know, like I say, we love Waverly Hills. We support Waverly Hills. We will do everything. I work for Waverly Hills. I love it. I'm just saying that there is more to Packman Paranormal than Waverly Hills, and we're going to try to get back to doing some more things outside of the Waverly
Because
stuff.
we don't have enough stuff on our plate already.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Renovations are going to start too at some point.
Yeah.
Not massive.
Tomorrow afternoon.
Not
basically.
massive renovations. We like the house the way it is.
Yeah.
It's 1841. It looks 1841.
Yeah. We want to keep it that way. But I mean, what I was getting at is just circling back to, we really need these events to go over well if we want to get back to Waverly on the regular as guides up there. And we are counting on the folks that have supported us through the Save Waverly campaign and just through our podcasts over the last 3 or 4 years. Oh, it's almost 4 years, isn't it?
Yeah.
And
God, I've been with you that long.
You're a lucky woman.
Thank you, Tim. We know
Thank
you
Tim.
will.
And you'll be there, right? You'll be there, right, Tim? Right, Tim? I am proud of my kick-ass wife. You know that, Courtney.
He better be.
I am. Even if she has makeup like a hoochie mama.
I do have makeup like a hoochie mama on right now.
There's Howard Petrie. Look at Howard Petrie. We got all kinds of people in the chat. I mean, it's just
Howard, I've been defending you for the last 45 minutes.
I haven't said anything bad about Howard.
I've been defending you for 45 minutes now.
I have not said anything. You're going to make it to more than one of the events, Tim. That one is, I'll be at the one with Brian and Rochelle because they're my teammates. What about being at ours because we're your family? But
well, he might not be able to pick himself up after he comes and moves all this furniture on the 29th.
He might need a day of rest. But no, we hope to see you guys at these events because we're trying to do our best. You know, we're doing all the planning and putting it together ourselves, basically, and we've never done anything like this. You know, we organize things for the Save Waverly Hills events and things like that. But as far as putting on an investigation of our own, basically all on our own, that's new for us. And you know,
we're not all on our own. We're
What do you
not.
mean?
We're micromanaged. I said it.
Anyway, we're just hoping that these events go over well. That's all I can say. We want to see a good crowd there. We want to see everybody enjoy themselves, and it's not about, we're keeping the ticket price as low as we can because I mean we're giving away pizza and drinks. That's going to cost money out of our pocket.
It's $110 a person anyway.
We've got to pay Waverly the $110 per person anyway.
Right.
So we're keeping the ticket prices to a minimum to cover expenses. Basically, there's not going to be much profit.
Plus, you're getting a couple extra hours in the
hours in the building. Trying to get them talked into giving us access to some areas of the building that you don't typically have access to. They're supposed to be working on that for us, so hopefully that'll come through. But it's going to be a good time. All of them will. I mean, Greg and Shar, like I said, that's going to be an informative thing where you can, if you're new to ghost hunting or you've seen it on TV and don't know all of the ins and outs of some of the ITC equipment that you see on TV, Greg is an expert on that. Shar is a great investigator as well as a psychic medium, Reiki master, energy healer. She can do it all. And there's a convergence in those two worlds that Greg and Shar bridge all the time, and they cover it really well.
Makeup
so
off.
It's going to be a good time.
Wiping some of the Hoochie Mama makeup off.
Okay, fine. Good.
If he says he's new, he needs help with that, then you need to come June 3rd.
Well, come on out there June 3rd and meet with us. Yeah, and Howard, you organizing an event like the Fear Fest, you understand how ticket prices work, how people when people complain about, oh man, you're raping people, dragging them over the coals.
I was like,
No,
no,
you've got to pay for the venue. You've got to pay
for the
for
pizza, got to pay for the drinks, got to pay for the talent.
got to pay for porta potties or whatever you might need. It's got to be paid for. And a lot of folks don't factor that in when they see the ticket prices on these events. But like I said, we've kept them as low as we can. Some of the folks that we're bringing in are traveling, so we're having to pay travel expenses at the very minimum for them. So, that's got to be factored in as well. But like I say, our number one rule when we were guides at Waverly for the overnights, instead
Have
of
fun.
barking a bunch of commands at everybody, it was number one rule is everybody's going to have a good time. And if we see somebody not having a good time, we're going to single them out and do what we can to show them a good time. If we got to sit there and let Denise bash me in front of them for 10 minutes.
Ernie asked them if the stripper poles were still up there.
Yeah, I asked them if they still had the stripper poles that we used to use as props in the haunted house. And they said they weren't. Otherwise, I would have been dancing for you guys. I've been practicing my pole dancing.
Unfortunately.
And I'm getting really good at it. But they don't have stripper poles up there, so you won't be able to see that. But we'll find something to make it worth your while to be there. Right?
Yeah. I was just thinking if we told them you were going to strip unless they paid extra, we might be able to make extra money.
Yeah, if you buy a ticket, I will not strip. If you don't buy a ticket, there, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, we hadn't been on for a while, and we felt like we needed to come on. We wanted to push these tickets. We don't want to beat that in the ground.
All right. All right, Hannah. We hope to see you all at some of these.
Hope you guys can make it. They're a lot of fun to be around. I mean, they've been to several
Hannah.
of the events and
Hannah's going to help us
things
move.
with us.
Look,
Yes,
she's got the date down with the trailer.
She rocks. I like Hannah, except for when she starts talking about animals and stuff. I don't like that.
Hannah, get my goat ready.
Shush! Don't. Well, there's new rules in West Point. You can't have goats. It's one of the rules down there. Sad, but anyway, I talked to the mayor about it today. Remember
when I
was talking to him about that.
No,
that's what the meeting was about. But anyway, I'm not going to keep you guys too much longer. If anybody has any questions, comments, or anything, put them over in the chat now because we're about to wrap up and call it a night.
Yeah, my goat. I saw you can crate train. My cousin has a goat that she is crate training. You can crate train a goat.
We're not crate training a goat. We are. Oh, that'd be so much better. No ostrich, Howard. Howard, I'm going to boot him and Hannah. I can ban you from the chat. I can do that. But I don't like some of these people. When they start this stuff, see, I think we got friends, and then they start that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Courtney, you have to come visit too.
Yes. Yeah, Anthony, see, there'll be goats and poles. How awesome, right? We'll buy a ticket and we'll see what we can do.
Yes, Courtney.
Courtney, shut up.
I used to have a pig named Snoop Hogg. I loved him. I loved him so much. My grandson come to live with me, and Snoop Hogg my grandson couldn't play in the backyard because of Snoop Hogg because he's territorial. I had to get rid of Snoop Hogg. So, mini cow.
You've still got grandkids, so that means no pigs.
They're not coming to the house all the time, though.
Yeah, well, we can't have the time where they can't come to the house because of animals.
Pig slippers. I had pig slippers, and my slippers wore out.
Yeah, she doesn't have pig slippers now.
Mm-hmm. I could get on Amazon.
You stay on Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, folks, buy your tickets. We'll have all the ticket links posted on Packman Paranormal. Keep following Packman Paranormal, and if you haven't joined our What is the title of that page that you started?
I'll send out invites. Actually, I don't even know. You can probably request to join it. Hold on a minute, and I'll tell you. I think I'm gonna eventually make a group as well. But right now, the real Ditto House Inn, 1841.
The Real Ditto House Inn, 1841.
Yep.
Look that up. That is
Let me
our home.
see. I'm going to see if I can post it actually over here in this
You're going to
chat
post it
right
in the
now.
chat? All right.
I'm
And
gonna
Courtney
see
has
if
put up the link again for the Fear Fest in New Orleans. We want to make that a huge success too, to benefit the Jessica Marie Petrie Foundation, which I mean, just follow Howard's pages, Paranormal Swamp Talk, and Howard Petrie. He'll keep you posted on all that.
we'll try to pin it at the top of ours too, like I said.
Yeah.
And let me see.
What are you doing now?
I'm trying to post this link.
You posting it? All right.
See if it.
Where's it at?
There it is, right there.
Yeah, go to that link and follow that page. We'll be posting updates on the house as we find out more about it.
Tomorrow, as soon as we sign the papers, we'll be saying with our key on there.
Yeah, that'll be the next post we make, I guess. But anyway, folks, we love y'all. We're sorry we can't do these more often, but I'm going to be doing more of them. I might come on through the week by myself. Love you too, Eric. Thanks for following us. Thanks for all the support you give
Eric,
us.
We need to get together soon. We couldn't do the Waverly thing, but we need to get together soon.
I was going to meet you for pizza or something
if
the other night.
If you can, come up to our event. We'd love to see you there. We'd love to have you.
Yep. Anyway, you guys take care. Let us know if you need anything, if you need any more information on anything, or
love
just
you, Tim.
Just want to chat, whatever. Just send us a message. We're easy to get a hold of, and we will be talking to you guys.
I love all y'all.
Farm or no farm? It's going to be no farm, Courtney. No farm. Anyway, you guys have a great night. We'll be talking to you. Everybody take care. Bye-bye.